Turbulence in Washington. Trump's approval drops amid economic and academic clashes. Welcome to LCC News, your trusted source for detailed political analysis and economic insight. In today's special report, we examine a legal and political storm brewing in Washington as Harvard University sues the Trump administration over a massive federal funding freeze. Alongside this legal showdown, President Trump faces growing disapproval from voters and looming economic risks that could reshape the political landscape as we head into another contentious election cycle. This story is not just about politics, it's about the future of academic freedom, economic stability, and the balance of power between government and institutions. Recent polls have painted a sobering picture for the Trump administration. According to the latest Reuters Ipsos survey, President Trump's approval rating has fallen to just 43%, marking the lowest point since his return to the White House. Political analysts point to several reasons for this dip: concerns over his aggressive use of executive authority, controversial policies affecting academic institutions and media, and perceived mishandling of domestic unrest. While Trump continues to enjoy a strong base, especially among conservative voters, there's a clear shift among independents and suburban voters, groups that played a decisive role in the last two elections. Many Americans, including former supporters, express discomfort with what they see as politicization of institutions and escalating cultural conflicts that distract from core economic and security issues. This disapproval is amplified on social media, where hashtags like #SaveHarvard and You Defend Research have trended following the lawsuit. Protesters argue that Trump's policies are less about national security and more about controlling dissent, especially on elite university campuses. Moreover, public opinion polls show that a majority of Americans support academic freedom. A Pew Research survey conducted in early April found that over 62% of respondents believe federal government should not interfere with independent research institutions. This sentiment cuts across party lines, signaling a potential bipartisan backlash to Trump's recent actions. The U.S. economy, once a cornerstone of Trump's campaign narrative, is now showing cracks that worry even some of his staunchest allies. Economists across the political spectrum warn that the administration's aggressive trade and tariff strategies could push the nation closer to recession. According to Bloomberg and the Financial Times, the probability of a U.S. recession in the next 12 months has climbed to 45%, driven by inflationary pressures, market volatility, and a cooling job market. April's job report shows hiring has slowed significantly, particularly in sectors dependent on international collaboration, like tech and academic research. On April 4th, the Dow Jones Industrial Average plummeted by over 2,200 points after the White House announced a new set of tariffs targeting China and European digital exports. These tariffs, combined with an ongoing energy crisis and global supply chain disruptions, are dampening consumer confidence and investor sentiment. Small businesses and universities reliant on federal grants are also sounding alarms. Many of these institutions use government research funding to support scientific innovation, medical advancements, and climate research. Without that support, layoffs, project shutdowns, and a brain drain of top U.S. researchers to other countries could follow. In an unprecedented legal move, Harvard University filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump administration on April 20, 2025. The lawsuit, lodged in the U.S. District Court of Massachusetts, challenges the administration's decision to freeze more than $2.2 billion in approved federal research funding. Harvard claims the freeze violates both the First Amendment and constitutional protections for academic freedom. The complaint outlines several grievances. First, it accuses the administration of overreach by linking funding to unrelated political demands, namely that Harvard disclose the personal details of foreign researchers, eliminate diversity and inclusion programs, and prohibit mask wearing at protests. Second, it argues the freeze is a retaliatory action designed to punish the university for its alleged leniency toward pro-Palestinian student protests. Harvard President Alan Garber, in a press conference, stated, "We will not allow intimidation to shape the direction of our research or our academic values. Harvard has faced political pressure before, and we have always stood firm in defense of our mission. Legal experts believe the outcome of this case could redefine the boundaries of federal authority over education. If the court rules in Harvard's favor, it could set a precedent protecting other universities from similar political interventions. If the administration prevails, it may open the door to more direct federal control over academic institutions. Support for Harvard is growing rapidly. Dozens of universities, including MIT, Stanford, Princeton, and Columbia, have issued public statements backing the lawsuit. The American Association of University Professors, AAUP, condemned the administration's actions as a clear assault on higher education's independence. April 17th saw a massive protest on Harvard's campus. Over 5,000 students, faculty, and alumni gathered in Harvard Yard to voice support for the lawsuit and condemn the funding freeze. Some held signs reading, "Research is not politics and you can't silence science." The event was peaceful but powerful, and several prominent scientists, including Nobel laureates, addressed the crowd. The White House, for its part, has defended the funding freeze as a matter of national accountability. A spokesperson stated that institutions receiving public funds must uphold national values and transparency, especially in times of global unrest. Critics, however, see this as a veiled effort to punish institutions that oppose the administration's ideology. The implications of the Harvard lawsuit go beyond a single campus or one president. They touch on fundamental questions about who controls knowledge in America and whether science and education can truly remain free from politics. Some worry this case will deepen the growing divide between elite academic institutions and populist government movements. Others argue it may unify educators, scientists, and moderate voters in opposition to government overreach. Internationally, the case is being closely watched. European and Canadian academic leaders have expressed solidarity with Harvard, while Chinese and Russian state media have highlighted the controversy as evidence of Western hypocrisy on free speech. Meanwhile, other universities are quietly reviewing their federal funding dependencies. Some are creating emergency independence reserves to protect core programs if funding is pulled. This legal confrontation could reshape how research is funded in America for years to come. As this high-stakes legal battle unfolds, the outcome will reverberate through every sector of American society, from education and economics to civil rights and politics. President Trump now finds himself in a storm of challenges: falling public approval, economic warnings, and a powerful legal challenge from one of the world's most respected universities. At LCC News, we remain committed to delivering clear, comprehensive, and unbiased reporting on the issues that shape your world. We'll be following this story closely and bringing you updates as they develop. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to LCC News, and leave a comment below. What's your take on the Harvard lawsuit? Is this a battle for freedom or a political power play? Let us know.